Well, they did it. The party is over. Nadu Winged Wisdom has been banned from Legacy. My heart is broken. Um, I don't know what to say. A lot of people will be very happy about this, and to them I say congratulations. But I personally wish that Nadu had remained legal. I think that it deserved, at least for now, to remain legal. And I'm shocked that Wizards chose to ban 2 cards only and that Nadu was among them. I do think it was a brave call on Wizards to ban Entomb, and I think a good call. I think that that card was clearly the strongest card that could feasibly be banned. And so I think they made the right decision in letting that go. Though I mourn for all of the Reanimator players, both Demir, Rakdos, just anyone who's like really enjoyed Entomb for so long. It really is a staple, and it's sad to see it go. But I think that Legacy will be better for it being gone, and probably the same can be said for Nadu in many ways. Um, I think that we can expect, with the One Ring not being banned, I think we can expect that Mystic Forge is probably the clear top dog. I think other real winners of this announcement are Tempo decks. Is It Tempo, I think, is really powerful now, as well as Demir Tempo. All the decks that basically were floating at the top of the meta but didn't get hit by the ban, I think are super favored in the coming months. Um, Regarding the timing of the announcement, I am very surprised that they took much action. I could have seen maybe 1 card being banned, like Tameo, which was in quite a lot of decks, but was not an archetype defining card like Nadu and like Entomb. And now, with Eternal Weekend in Europe just a few weeks away, like there are people who don't have a deck. There's a lot of people who don't have a deck who are going to have to, last minute learn a new deck, maybe get the cards for it, and really struggle to do their best for an event that they could have been planning all year for. So I really feel remorseful for everyone who has such little time to scramble together something they can do. But it does speak to the critical nature that Wizards felt to take action. And I think that was rightfully so. There has been a lot of groaning about the state of Legacy, and for good reasons. The fire design and power creep have truly warped the format. I don't think all for the worse, but the play experience just isn't like it used to be. And I think a lot of people yearn for that old experience. I think that old experience was, a little grindier. Maybe had a bit more decision making. It'll be interesting to see where we go from here. As far as Cephalid Breakfast is concerned, I mean, I really have a hard time seeing that deck picking up the pieces and being a strong competitor. I will certainly do what I can to help to resurrect this deck, to inject new life into it, and I'll be paying close attention to what a lot of other people are doing. And, for what it's worth, there are a lot of ways that the deck could be taken, and it's kind of fun to see what'll happen. Certainly, I'll be paying attention to a lot of people's deck lists, trying to try, as many different things as possible to rebuild and pick up the pieces. However, for myself as a player and for my YouTube channel, I don't necessarily see myself as continuing to be exclusive to Cephalid Breakfast for the time being. It's been a blast, but to be quite honest, while I was interested in the deck before Nadu, I did play the deck before Nadu, It really was the printing of Nadu that made me feel all in about this deck. A funny story, I was the first person to get a legacy trophy with Nadu, because as soon as that card was printed, I was immediately just spamming leagues of Cephalid Breakfast, trying to do my best and build that deck. And that was a really cool moment as well, looking back on it, where this card and this color was new to the deck, and people were trying to figure out the best way to make it work. And I I look back on that fondly. Something I also really think was cool that will now be gone, sadly, is the Cephalid Breakfast Discord. And big shout out to Alec, who's the moderator for that Discord. Um, Not only was Cephalid Breakfast represented there, but all of the Nadu archetypes had a place on that. At least like the Bant Nadu, actually, the mid-range deck, you know. So it was a very like diverse community of players who might not really congregate in the same place anymore. So to everyone who is spreading out and doing their own thing somewhere else now, you know, I guess just don't be a stranger. Um, as I transition as a player and maybe won't be, you know, playing Cephalid Breakfast as much anymore, I'm a little sad that I feel like I helped to bring together a community of people around that deck in the past few months. And so I hope that, you know, next year at Eternal Weekend, I hope to see like all the same people and, um, you know, still feel a sense of community. So it is kind of sad. I feel like Wizards really fractured a community that I was a part of by banning Nadu. But that's the way it goes. And it's up to us to, you know, keep it going as a community or otherwise, you know, find ways to still be in touch and to, you know, um, basically not just go all our separate ways and never speak again. And you know, it is funny with the format of Legacy, like people really are long-term members of these decks and the community around them. And Nadu is obviously like a fairly recent card in the grand scheme of things. It was legal for, you know, under 500 days probably. That means that, you know, during that time, a lot of people found each other, made friends, and now will probably not interact to the same degree and certainly not in the exact same capacity. So I hope that's something they consider as well in their curation of the format is all the communities that they create. There's definitely some decks that I'm interested in playing. I will probably, up to some level, give Painter another try. I love Painter. Obviously, my username, grindstone-cowboy, is a nod to my love of Painter Servant combo. I would definitely like to try Blue Painter. I know there were some lists that had Tamiyo and the One Ring, and as much as I don't really like the One Ring, I feel like am probably going to be the type of person who chases one of the most powerful things to do from now on. I think that Nadu fit the bill for that and gave me validation as a player. And I don't think I can go back to playing low tier decks, really. I really want to feel like I'm doing something quite competitive and that I feel like I'm giving myself a really excellent shot to win, because that feeling has been a little addictive, to be honest. And I would like to do what I can to stay a competitive member of the Legacy format. I will certainly be trying a lot of different decks. I'll be trying to make breakfast work. You know, I wonder if blue black could be a way to go, or you know, an Esper list. I certainly would like to try lists that have Thoughtseize and other generically powerful cards, and just see how to pick up the pieces from that. It's sad to see Nadu go, but you know, it's just a game. It's Legacy. Life is bigger than Magic. Magic is bigger than Legacy. Legacy is bigger than Nadu. Uh, and you know, if you're a real Legacy gamer, it's time to move on and it's time to find the next thing that you can do. And that'll be fun to discover. I'm actually looking forward to a period of time with a little bit of uncertainty and a little bit of exploration, and trying to do my best to recapture the feeling that I had of being a Nadu breakfast gamer and all the success that I had with that. So I'm looking forward to that experience and experimentation. If you are someone who watches my channel a lot, if you are someone who is a cephalid breakfast player and you are eager to see either particular lists or decks or archetypes other than breakfast, you should let me know, because I definitely want to branch out but appeal to the same people. I don't want to lose any part of my audience by branching out from just playing cephalid breakfast, and I apologize if that's exactly what you wanted my content for, and now there's less of a reason for that, but I hope you'll stick around for my journey going forward. And, you know, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time for Legacy. I wonder how the format will shape up. I hope that it can shape up into something that feels healthy and feels balanced, and that decks like Mystic Forge and the tempo decks aren't too dominant, but we'll see. I'll leave with one thought here, a quote from the poet Langston Hughes. There's a poem called Hold Fast to Dreams, and that poem is actually the basis of a song I have one of my choirs singing at my job. And the lyrics go, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly." And those words ring very true to me on the day that everybody's favorite bird wizard no longer can fly in Legacy. So rest in peace, Nadu. Thanks for the memories, and on to the next. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to being back with some gameplay soon. I miss playing some Magic for y'all. So my next upload will have some games, and I'll get that out pretty soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.